welcome to this week's edition of Sideline View live at the Brainerd Area Civic Center. I know it's one of the places that you go quite a bit, so you're pretty familiar with your surroundings here.
The smell of hockey is in the air. Sorry, we're not at the hockey house, though, so it's kind of a fitting substitute, right. I guess.
I am wearing my St. Cloud State Huskies jacket, Frozen 4 all the way, Huskies, so we'll see what happens with that. But why don't you start us off with, we got a tennis preview story coming up here on Tuesday's Dispatch, and you talked to Mr. Thompson, the busiest man in the world. What's going on in his life?
I caught him between sawing and measuring his probably one of these chairs, but they graduated to five seniors from last year's team, and including Alanka from wherever she was, Denmark, I think, or something. Lenka. A lot of rebuilding for the boys tennis team, but they do have some quality guys coming back. Reno Fuss, he's a senior captain. He's back. Luke Jacobson's back. He's been there for like 2 or 3 years now. DJ Kramer will kind of be the top singles player. He's back, so they have some top tier guys. Now it's just filling the lineup. Problem is they haven't been outside yet. They have no idea what it's like to hit a ball outside. If they were just at Cragen's Resort yesterday hitting inside, and it's kind of hard to tell. He doesn't really know what he's got yet, and doesn't know what he has for a lineup. He'll kind of go with the veterans, people that he knows, and from there we'll see. They haven't had any challenge matches, is what they call them. So who knows what they got? He doesn't even know what they have, and it'll be interesting. It's kind of a weird spring. So
very. We also had the softball preview in today's paper. Big question for them, obviously, is to replace Nikki Anderson now at the University of Minnesota. There's pitcher for 4 years. Pitched almost every game, almost every inning. I mean, someone to I know Carly Manton threw some in there too, but they've got a couple of young, couple of juniors. I think it's Kelsey Boyd, Maddie Franz, were trying to take over that spot. And they've got some people back with some experience, some seniors like Hannah Kangas, Michaela Chandler. I know there's 3-4 others who played some. So and they've got some good juniors coming up too. So I think it's looking pretty good for them. They just have to answer their big question on the mound. And so however, pitching is so much a part of softball, I guess, as it is in baseball, and how they pitch there will depend a long way on how they go.
Speaking of pitching, how's the Brainerd baseball team look?
That preview will be in Sunday's Dispatch. I think last year they won. I think they were 11-10, and I'm looking for them to have a much better season this year. Got 6 part-time or full-time senior or starters coming back. Got a bunch of talented juniors making their step up to the varsity this year for the first time. So I would expect that they'll have a much better season than they had last year.
Speaking of, we're talking a little Brainerd athletics golf season. I'm sure they haven't been outside. There isn't a golf course open yet. It'll be interesting to see if Crosswoods or Eagles Landing is the first one to open. It's always kind of a race to see who the first one is, and it's usually one of those two, or Emily Green's is up there as well. Jenny Neesing's back for the Brainerd girls. She's been the top girl for them for the last 2 or 3 years. Yep. Boys team, it'll be a rebuilding team there, a rebuilding season for them as well. It'd be kind of interesting to see how the slow start affects the northern teams. I'm sure the southern teams will get out a lot sooner than the northern part of the state, and we'll see how that affects come state tournament time. I think it's quite a big disadvantage when you only have half the season as the southern teams, and something you can do about it. You just got to hit into a net until the golf course is open. Yeah,
that's what I should do when I go out there, is hit into a net so I know where the ball's going. I'm just looking outside at my yard. I mean, it's like the snow just isn't moving. I think we might lose next week, quite a bit of it anyway. It just, we haven't had a 50-degree or 50-plus degree day yet, and it's going to take that to move that out of there and get everybody outside. So we'll see what happens. Baseball in Brainerd is supposed to open up on Tuesday here. Whether they get that in, I don't know. I know tennis was supposed to open, I think, at home, right, on Tuesday?
Yep, Good Tech. He's already petitioned to get that moved back.
Yeah, so. I would think so. So we're just kind of on hold here between seasons, and other than that, I don't know what else we have to, maybe a Final Four basketball pick.
I got Louisville.
I guess I'd have to. I'm going to go stick my neck out and go with Michigan. I know I'm going to probably be wrong, but
they've
I've
played
been,
well.
been
Good
pretty,
guard play
pretty
there.
impressed with them in the last couple weeks. So,
Plus, unlike Louisville, they're healthy. So,
how about the Frozen Four? What's your choice there?
the only team I even know about is St. Cloud State, so I'm going that route.
Let's go with the Huskies and Ben Hanowski.
Yep, got to cheer for Ben Hanowski.
So that'll wrap it up for this week from the Marketplace Show at the Civic Center. Hope to see you next week. Thanks for joining us.
See ya.